Welcome back everyone, Mr. Rolo here, and today I'm going to be doing a video of artists that have fell off, specifically rappers that have fell off in their careers. And I'm going to be looking at 7 artists today, but one of them, I don't want to give any spoilers, but it's technically a group, so I think it's 9 people total. Or maybe 10, I don't know. But let's get right into it, and the first artist I'm going to be talking about is ASAP 12. Now this one's near the bottom because he only had one album that I really loved, but I thought it was super solid. This is the 12 album in 2017. It was a very good album, and if you look at the features on here too, it was just like, ASAP Mob when they were in their prime. So you have Rocky on here, you have Ferg on here, you have the rest of them on here, and then you get Flatbush Zombies on here, Joey Badass on here, just so good. The only one that's not my favorite is Smokey Margella, but still solid. And it's just 12 songs we're looking at. All these are just like singles and stuff around that time. Don't pay too much attention to that. I just have a weird way of organizing it. Actually, I have an amazing way of organizing it. Excuse me. Let me give credit to myself because I'm awesome. But those 12 songs are the ones we're looking at. So it's just 12 tracks. It's called 12. Oh my God. I literally never made that connection in my entire life. Especially Castle Hell. The intro is amazing. Diamonds is really good. Last Year Being Broke's amazing. And then Riviera with Joey Badass, Sunset Park. Just a super solid album all the way through. It's the only album I actually have by him. Because after this, he kind of just fell off. I mean, these are kind of singles from around that time, but there's none on here that I really go back to. Honestly, like, none of these are really that good. But the album itself is amazing. And every project he's released since, honestly, I tried. I got his music for the longest time, got like 3 or 4 albums. I'm like, these are not good to me. So I just deleted those, and now I'm just left with this one. But yeah, he completely fell off. He had like a couple okay singles, but for me, he just never regained the same feeling or recreated the same feeling as this one did. This is like such an official studio rap album, and it's just so good. This is definitely the most underground artist that I put on here. Everyone else is pretty well known, except for one other maybe. But now you know who's not unwell known. That was not a good way to say it. Bobby Shmurda is very popular. Bobby Shmurda is not unknown at all. He is very known, and I guarantee you've heard his name or his song. This one that I can't exactly say, but yeah, no. If you remember Bobby Shmurda, oh my God, it was like the soundtrack to my life in high school. I went to Kingston High School in New York, and this album was everywhere. Bobby Shmurda was huge, absolutely huge. And then when he went to jail, it elevated even more, and then he got worldwide fame. And I remember Hot, that song. That song blew up, and it was huge. And that was just one of the most important rap songs of all time. One of the best, just, I don't want to dance too much, but you know that video. Everyone knows that video, super iconic. One of the most important EPs is right here. So you have Worldwide, Hot, and then you have Bobby Bitch, Living Life. Like, this 4-track run here is absolutely insanity. And then Wipe the Case Away is a little bit weaker, but like still one of the most solid, amazing EPs I've ever heard in my entire life. But you really just need to understand like the amount of buzz that was generated around him while he was in jail, and like when he was everyone, Free Bobby, absolutely everywhere. He was huge, and I could not wait for him to get out. And then he got out, and he released No Time for Sleep, which is the first single. It's the only one I got, other than this EP. This is the only single that I actually got. And it's okay. It's like 6 minutes of him kind of spitting, and like he's kind of going in, but like that's what he came out of jail with, like a 6-minute freestyle. That was not the way. He could have came out with another hot, song, like a hit song. He should have dropped. And then Busta Rhymes handing him the keys to New York, and then then what did he release from there? Like if you go look at what he's released since then, like literally in 2022 he released Shmurda Got Cash with whoever in 2022. So that's when he got out. And then he released Bad Body as well in 2022. So 2 projects he dropped and absolutely nothing. Not even a ranking here. Didn't get gold, nothing. And then look at his singles. Shmoney, No Time for Sleep. He tried to get Quavo, tried to make a bop, did not work. No Time for Sleep, no, flopped. Like, bro, oh my god. This is such a good album. I actually got this album on vinyl, which is hilarious because you wouldn't think of this as a vinyl album. But now you're like, dancing to my vinyl, it's sick. But yeah, no, amazing album, super important in everyone's life around this time. If you were a rap fan, you knew this song, or you knew something from Bobby. Bobby was huge, but then, it is just such squandered potential. Damn, he came out with like nothing great, and then he just fumbled the bag, and it's kind of sad. So next artist I want to talk about is named Jazz Cartier. I don't know if you're familiar. A lot of people aren't. He's not that mainstream. This is the other one I was talking about that's not exactly super popular. But like if you do know him, you know he used to be so good. And if I made a like top 15 most important albums list in my life, he would definitely be on that list for sure. Because like 15, 16-year-old me absolutely loved these albums. These two right here, Hotel Paranoia and Marauding. Marauding? Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Marauding. Marauding. Paradise. The Paradise album. Hotel Paranoia and then the Paradise one. This was a mixtape technically, but it was just insanely solid. And then Hotel Paranoia was just absolutely amazing as well. So yeah, those two are absolutely just goated, just amazing. So it proved that it wasn't just a fluke project. He could recreate it. And he creates such a world in his music that it's just awesome. This was 20 songs. It ends here actually. So these two are just like singles. But those 20 songs just, oh my god, they're all so good. And it's just, it doesn't feel like a mixtape. It feels like a studio album where he really took time and like curated the sound and developed the story, kind of a story. But if you haven't heard this, there's some hard songs on here. There's some nice calm songs. There's some just nostalgic sounding songs. It's just a great rap album or mixtape. And then he released a studio album and just recreated it amazingly. This one with 17 songs, just Talk of the Town, 100 Road, just all the way through. There was like a couple, maybe in here, Stick and Move, Illuminati Love Song, Opera. You get rid of those, this is 100%, like he hit every song. But regardless, even if with those songs, they're not like bad or anything. He genuinely didn't release a bad song within the first two projects. And then he released Forever, and this one had 15 tracks, it ends there. But this one is the start of Fall Off. If you know, you know. I don't know if you do know Jazz and people do love this album. I'm not sure. I don't really know his community like that. But for me, this just took a turn where it's like, yeah. I don't want to say yeah, but like kind of like I would play a song. I don't want copyright. I'm done with copyright. I get copyright claimed on everything, even if I play 4 seconds of something. It's so stupid. But yeah, no, this was solid, so I still have it. This project, Forever in 2018. Solid album. But this was the start of the fall off for sure. And then from there, he just went completely off the deep end. And everything he's released since, I've been like, no, not for me. But this one has Soul Searcher on it, which is really good. I Don't Want to Fall in Love, which is really good. Godflower, Offensive at Flowers, Before It's Too Late. Those are like the ones. And then the rest are just kind of like party, auto-tuney, kind of bad singing type of, Toronto artists do. Not to foreshadow anything, but Toronto rappers have this tendency to take a dive off the deep end and fall off. But no spoilers there. I'm just saying. The only other song that I've gotten from him that's like relatively new that I just kind of thought was pretty good was Koozie Relax. I think that was like 2023 or something, somewhere in there. But his other albums, I think he did Forever 2 and a couple other things. He fell off pretty hard. And this was definitely the start of it. But these two, if you haven't heard these two, just go check these out. They're such good mixtape projects. No, it's a studio album, and this is a mixtape. And the next artist I want to talk about is technically a rap group. And it is, I'm going to get some hate for this probably, Griselda. Ooh, I don't know if that's a hot take, but they've all 3 of them have fallen off in my opinion. I'm not talking about Griselda Records, obviously. I'm talking about Griselda, the core, the 3 people group, not like the whole Griselda Records. So I'm talking about Benny the Butcher, Conway the Machine, West Side Gun. All three of them have fallen off, and you cannot convince me otherwise. I don't know if that's a hot take, but they were like, they literally, all three of them were amazing, absolutely goated from like 2016 to 2021, just dropping nothing but quality music, just nothing but quality rap. Little short EPs, and their quality control is amazing. All of them were on fire. Benny had Tana Talk 4, and then West Side Gun had Fly God. Conway the Machine was just dropping mixtapes back to back, and just all of them were good. This one's so sad actually. But I think, in my opinion, West Side probably fell off the least out of all these, because I could still go back and listen to some of his newer stuff. Is pretty decent. It's just the issue with all of them is they kind of transition into like, they started doing more like trap and like hard beats, and not like the grimy, dirty New York beats, which is what you need. But you know, that grimy like Conductor Williams and all those producers, Deranger and all that. They got away from that kind of, and they started to get more Hollywood, all of them in my opinion. They started to just not be as hungry, and you could tell, and they're not quite as grimy as they were. Even though they're still grimy, not as much as they used to be, at least. Yeah, I think West Side fell off the least. Then Conway, then Benny, I think was the worst fall off of all three of them. You can switch Conway and Benny if you want. I don't know. They all had fall offs, regardless. So I just want to touch on when I think they fell off, honestly. And for West Side Gun, I think it was when he released Peace Fly God. That album was not good to me. I don't know. But then, to be fair, I don't really like Stove God Cooks that much. I don't know if that's a hot take. People love him in the Griselda type community, but I don't like his voice. I'm just not a fan. So maybe that's the issue with that one. But ever since then, I mean, he released, what did he release? 10, and he released Still Praying, and like they're okay, but he just wasn't able to recreate what made him so special in the first place, and I feel like that's just gone. And then Conway the Machine fell off a little bit later in 2023, May of 2023. He released Won't He Do It? And this album, like, this was not a very good album in my opinion at all. Like, there's a couple decent songs, but man, the fall off. Like, he's just not hungry anymore. I don't know if that's what it is, but there's just something that's just lacking now, as opposed to like all these classic rap albums that he had. But yeah, no, I just wanted to show you one thing. On the song Phil Drummond, this is how I like really knew that he fell off. He got out-rapped by The Alchemist, who's literally a producer who stepped out to rap. He literally got out-rapped by him on Phil Drummond, that song. But the only upward trajectory of his career, I think, like, the only sign of hope I think he has is on the song, on IDK's song Switch. He did pretty good on that song. And then the only other sign of hope I had, which was Vertino with Joey Badass. Oh my god, that song in the music video just brought back such a New York feel, and it was so good. So that was Vertino. That's not on this album. Please don't pay attention to that. That's just like the last album I really got from him. But yeah, if you haven't heard Vertino, go listen to it. That gave me hope. He murdered that song. That song was great. And then Benny, I think, fell off the most recent, I think. Like, I mean, he was on a downward trajectory, honestly, ever since like 2022. Like, after Burden of Proof, for me, he kind of just, Burden of Proof was really good. The Plugs I Met 1 and 2 were pretty good. But like, after Everybody Can't Go, this album in itself is just such like a Hollywood washed down, like, bro, it just wasn't the same at all. I mean, look at the album cover. He's like on a gold table, and like, it's all like, look at me, like, I'm rich now. Just the fire's gone, the hunger's gone. And like, Big Dog was kind of cool. But like, it's just not their style. They shouldn't have stepped into this lane at all. He turned completely Hollywood. But yeah, this was January 2024. I got it. I listened to it a couple times. I tried. I'm like, nah, it's just not the same. And not to mention, he's a Trump supporter, so fuck him extra. As a whole, though, it is kind of just sad. Because, like, Griselda, all three of them were just so amazing. Oh well, money will do that to you. Speaking of money ruining people, the next artist I want to talk about, who I also think money and fame just got to them and made them lose their hunger and their passion, is Meek Mill. Now, Meek Mill is one of the most important rappers of the 2010s. Like, don't rewrite history. Come on, let's not do that. I've heard people try to discredit him before, and it's just like you can't. Since 2010, 2010 he had Mr. Philadelphia, and then from there he went 2011 to 20. Like, oh my God, his run from 2010 to like 2018 is just unreal. That's just 8 years of dominance of just being such an important and influential rapper in the game, with like his anger and his screaming, and man, and he was crazy, but he fell off hard as hell. So if you're looking at his discography, Dream Chasers 1, 2, and 3. He had 4, Amazing. Dreams and Nightmares, one of the most classic mixtapes of all time. Dreams Worth More Than Money, absolutely amazing. Wins and Losses was a little bit weaker, but still pretty solid. And then you had Championships in 2018. Now, there's no way. This is easily top 2 Meek Mill albums. I don't care what anyone says. This and Dreams Worth More Than Money, these are like his 2 that are just absolutely up there as just some of the best music he's ever done. Seriously, when I knew it was over was in 2021 when he dropped Expensive Pain. This is one of the worst albums I've ever had the displeasure of listening to. Horrible album, I don't care what anyone says. There's nothing redeemable about this in my opinion. It's just completely weak, and the album cover's stupid and really crap. It's just, altogether it's just horrible, and this is when I knew it was over. And now he's like, yeah, look at me, I'm bad. And then how like I knew it was completely done, and he was really trying to regain that. He was trying to keep it going. He dropped in 2023. He dropped an album with Rick Ross. Now, if you know anything, the collab between these two for years was like crazy. The collabs they had were crazy. They had like at least a dozen probably. And then they dropped this. If this had dropped in like 2016, 2015, 2016, oh my God, the internet would have broken and it would have been crazy. But this entire album's like, it's okay. It's like solid, but there's some bad songs on here, and I remember I liked the singles, and then just everything else, I don't know. It's just like 6 years too late, or wow, like 8 years too late actually, because damn, 2023, almost 2024, so yeah, like 8 years too late. And then how I knew like it was completely dead. Oh, this was actually released before. I didn't even know that. This was released in 2022 actually. But the legendary Flamers mixtape is like how he came up initially. And yeah, when he released Flamers 5, that should have been a big deal to a lot of people, and nobody cared at all. I don't even know if I've listened to this all the way through, so I can't really speak on it, but I remember listening to a couple and I'm like, yeah, no, it's just, it's over. But yeah, no, that's another sad one. Who knows if he can ever come back. I don't see it, but that'd be so cool if he did. Okay, so now we are down to the final 2 artists. And I think these are pretty obvious to most people, but maybe this first one's a hot take, the one I'm about to do, but I don't think it is at all. So the next person I want to talk about is none other than the Certified Lawyer Boy. Now, he had to make this list because he's released some of the most important rap albums quite literally for over a decade. And he's easily one of the most important like rap artists. If you consider rap, he's more of a pop star. But anyway, he's one of the most important, let's just say, rap artists of this generation. And I'm his biggest hater, and even I can admit it. I'm literally releasing like a 5-hour, 6-hour, 7-hour series of why I don't like Drake in my YouTube channel. So if you want to check that out, there's like 7 chapters out now, depending on when I upload this. But yeah, no, I'm a big Drake hater, and I can still admit he's such an important rap artist and rapper in this generation, and you can't deny that, no matter what you say, even if you don't like him, even if you don't think he's a good person, which I definitely don't. But yeah, in my opinion, I'm gonna talk about like Drake's whole career just because I want to go in depth, because these are the top 2 artists that I think really fell off, and he's the number 2 spot. The fall off for me started personally in 2016 with Views. And I think Views was bloated, and that's when he really, I think from that moment he picked his lane. He said, you know what, I'm never going to get respect in rap. I tried with If You're Reading This Is Too Late, which, great mixtape by the way. And also I want to clarify, 2009 to 2015, I would not say anything bad about Drake. I thought he was amazing. He was always a scumbag as a person. But like his music, 2009 to 2015, he ran shit. And all with like super quality, good music. But yeah, Views is when the fall off really started for me. He went in too many directions, and you could tell he was just trying for hits, and he just sacrificed the art for more popularity and fame, pretty much. That's what I think, at least. He just wanted to be on everyone's like playlist, different kinds of music, all that. But again, Views was okay. It's just too bloated, and that's when he chose his route, in my opinion. Okay, but here's the absolute fall off for me. In 2017, he released More Life. This album's bad. This album is ass. Easily one of his worst ones. It's just like a playlist, and I know it says More Life, a playlist, but bro, come on. Like, you're just sacrificing the art just for a playlist. You're just throwing together a bunch of random shit and hoping it works, and you took UK artists and did this and mixed it with Quavo and Skepta's on it. Like, bro, this is the most random. When this dropped, I'm just like, bro, what are you doing? 22 songs. Nobody needs 22 songs of just like these low quality, not very good songs. Like, there's a couple on here that are okay. And Passion Fruit, I think, is one of his biggest songs ever. But like, I don't know. Then in 2018, contrary to popular opinion, I actually really enjoy this album for the most part. I mean, it's two discs. I don't know what they're doing here. Yeah, it's definitely two discs. So the first 12 are like more rap, and I actually really enjoyed this first disc. Second disc is a little weaker, but there's still some cool songs on here. Finesse, Nice for What. There's some okay songs on this, but this is definitely the weaker of the two, the second disc. But yeah, like I said, I actually enjoy this one. I think it's a pretty solid album. But again, bloated. That's pretty much always his issue. No quality control whatsoever. In 2019, he just decided to remind us like how good he used to be with a bunch of like random old songs that he released. Not a very smart move, in my opinion. Like, during your, like, when you're clearly on a decline, you're gonna release, hey, everyone, remember how good I used to be? Here's some old stuff to remind you. It's like, bro, not the smartest idea. And then in 2020, of course, he released Dark Lane demo tapes, and I know this is like an unreleased compilation of demos, but it doesn't matter. It's still like an album that he put out, a project that he put out, and half of these songs are just absolutely ass, in my opinion. Just, again, this could have been like a 5-6 song EP, maybe. It would have been solid, but the way it is, absolutely not. It's just bad. And then we got Certified Lawyer Boy. Honestly, this was his last really good studio album, in my opinion. Everything after this, like solo work at least, not my favorite. And then in June of 2022, he released Honestly Nevermind, which, you're an idiot if you like this. This album's really bad. I don't care what you say. Drake cannot sing, you morons. He's a bad singer. He should only rap. And then later in 2022, he released Her Loss with 21 Savage. Now, I think this is a really solid album. I actually enjoy this album for the most part. There's a couple on here that I don't like. The ones that have more Yachty influence, and you could tell. But honestly, I feel like what made this album so good was the 21's influence on it, like the beats, just the sound of everything, and like the hardness. I think that's more to credit 21 Savage, even though Drake killed most of these songs. I'm not going to discredit it. It's a really good album, honestly. And then if we're talking 2023 to 2025, I mean, just don't make me laugh. Like, he's just ass. Like, I don't care what anyone says. For All the Dogs was literally horrible. I don't want to hear anyone say anything different. There's maybe 2-3 good songs in here. You have 8 a.m. in Charlotte. You have First Person Shooter's cool. Away From Home is cool. Like, there's like 3, maybe 4 songs on this entire thing, and there's like 23 songs on this entire thing. That's just For All the Dogs Standard Edition, by the way, the 23 songs. And then, honestly, I'm not gonna hate on the Scary Hours 3 part that he added. Like Red Button, Stories About My Brother, This Shoe Fits, Wickman, Evil Ways, You Broke My Heart. I'm not gonna talk crap about those. Those are super solid, great short little EP. Except for You Broke My Heart, I'm not a fan of. But you know, if we're talking about like as a whole, if we're talking about this thing as a whole, absolutely horrible. There's so many bad songs in here, I don't even want to hear it. For All the Dogs is horrible. 100 Gigs was super weak. Like, these 3 songs at least. And then he had Circadian Rhythm. Who cares about that? The only one I will say is Cannon Fire on there is No Face. But I really actually enjoyed No Face. But yeah, no, it's not a good batting average. And then you had this in 2025. Just get out of here. Don't even talk to me. If you like this album, you're a 16-year-old idiot. And you'll grow up one day. Or you're just a delusional dick rider like most Drake people are now. Oh my god. But yeah, no, this entire album trash. There's like one or two songs maybe, but out of 21, just no, get out of here. And Party Next Door is not good at singing. Drake's not good at singing. So put them together, what do you get? Two people who can't sing. Drake never could sing. Don't get me wrong. I don't think Drake could ever sing. But earlier, he managed his voice in such a way where it was fine for the most part. Up until 2016, he started going higher. And nah, that ain't it. Not for me. Sorry, I'm a big Drake hater, but yeah, 2023 to 2025, he had like 10, 11 songs maybe that were good. Nokia is ass in my opinion. That song was annoying as hell. No Face is cool, and then The Scary Hours is cool. But other than that, he's just super, super inconsistent. So we'll see what his next album offers. But yeah, for the time being, he's definitely fallen off in my opinion. And yeah, that's what it is. Just to be clear, these are the 9 albums that I have. And me, I put like Care Package songs and I put Scary Hours songs like on these albums at the end. Just with a different number, like here, like 22. Like I did that. So I did get all the Scary Hours and I enjoy those a lot. But these are like the albums that I have, just so you can see what I think was good. So if I Loverboy, Her Loss, if you're reading this, it's too late. Nothing was the same. Scorpion, even though half of it's not that great. So Far Gone, Take Care, Thank Me Later. And What a Time to Be Alive. Boom. If you just had that, bro, this discography's looking amazing. He's just been releasing music that's super lackluster and just honestly bad, watered down. He doesn't talk about anything. He randomly disses people. His last good solo album was in 2021. Just keep that in mind. That is literally 4 years. So we'll see how his next album, Frozen Boy, is, but as of right now, it's not looking good. I haven't enjoyed his last 2 major projects. And then the #1 artist that has fallen off, and this one should not be controversial. No one's gonna disagree with me, or if they do, they're literally a horrible person. All right, so it is Kanye West, the #1 artist that has fallen off. Kanye had the greatest run of all time, surpassing Jay-Z and Drake or anyone else you could name. I genuinely think from 2004 to 2018, it's 14 years. 14 years of dominance. You could have a kid and they're a teenager by the time. Like, his dominance was insane. And Jay-Z, yeah, dominance has always been prevalent, but he's had some weaker albums within there. Like, I don't know, 2006, he had Kingdom Come, and he had some weaker stuff in there. Drake also, I just told you how inconsistent he is, and it's like, oh, he has good albums here and there. But Kanye? No. 2004, College Dropout, Late Registration, then you go into Graduation, and then 808s and Heartbreak, My Beautiful Dark Twisted. Like, bro, everything was just absolutely amazing. He's one of the most consistent artists of all time. For me personally, The Life of Pablo is a little bit weaker, but that's not a popular opinion, and everyone holds that as a classic rap album. I think it's a little weaker. I think it's when he started to kind of get a little less official, but that might just be me. I still think it's a really good album, so I'm going to hold true to that. 2004 to 2018. If he had that, greatest discography of all time, not even a question. He's easily the GOAT, no question asked. I really wish he retired in 2018. I really wish for his sake. Oh my God. Then 2019, he found Jesus and released Jesus is King, which was absolutely just mid. I'm not going to say horrible. It was just a really, really mid album. Then he released Bloated Ass Donda, which I don't care what anyone says. I don't care. It's not a good album. It's bad album. He had like 4 release parties and he edited things, and there's bad quality songs. The Pop Smoke song. There's just way too many songs. It's over 20 songs. No one needs that. There's like 2 or 3 that I even enjoyed off that album. Everyone loves Come to Life. Like, nah, not even for me, really. I thought Jail was okay. There's the one with West Side Gun. I forgot the name of that one. But Moon, absolutely amazing. The Kids one, What About the Kids, or whatever it was with Vory, was okay. Other than that, absolutely bad. Just a bad album. I don't care what anyone says. Donda's not good. I would die on that hill. And then from there, you go to what? Donda 2? Vultures and Vultures 1 and 2? Donda 2? Like, are you kidding? Oh, Bully? Come on, bro. But yeah, no, Donda 1 and 2, Vultures 1 and 2, just absolutely ass. Vultures 1 had maybe one song I go back to, which is funny. It's called Back to Me. right? Back to Me with Freddie Gibbs. Oh my God. Beautiful big titty baby. Just whatever. You know the song. If you know, you know. But yeah, 2004, 2018, amazing. But then after that, it's a wrap. All done. He literally went from the greatest artist of all time to a nitrous addicted, sad, washed up, mentally ill Nazi who releases horrible music and spreads nothing but hate. Like oh my God, it's actually kind of sad. Like he genuinely needs help, and now he's literally a Nazi, and his new ghostwriter is talentless, homophobic, horrible Dave Blunts. Like that's the type of level of wash we're looking at, people. He quite literally has said he was gonna piss on Virgil's grave. He threatened Jay-Z and Beyonce's kid. He praised Hitler and spreads racism against Jews. Like, bro, it's just, if you're delusional enough to still ride for Kanye, you're an idiot and you need help. And you need to stop spreading hate and you need to go to a therapist because you're an idiot. Or just make your brain bigger somehow. Just go learn something, you idiot. I've literally seen discourse on Twitter where it's like being a, I don't know if I'm allowed to say Nazi. Well, I already did. I've seen discourse of like, oh, he wasn't that bad. Like, you know who I'm talking about. I don't know if I should. I already said it before though. Hitler, whatever. I've literally seen like discourse on him now. Like this is like up for debate or something because of this guy. This guy is literally a toxic cancer to this generation and the young generation that's coming up. And it's just incredibly sad, but he genuinely needs help, and it's so sad to see him just spiral out in front of my eyes because he was one of the greatest artists of this generation, if not the greatest artist of this generation. And he released the greatest album of all time, in my opinion. No spoilers on which, but hey, I do have a video out if you'd like to go watch it. My top 100 albums. No spoilers, but I do think he has the greatest album of all time. That's it. But yeah, he went from releasing the greatest album of all time to releasing Bully and songs called Hail You Know Who. And yeah, it's super sad, but if you retired at 2018, man, everything would have been different. He genuinely would have had it without even a debate, but now Kendra's got to dig it. Sorry, Drake fans, if you're watching. Yeah, I had fun with this. It's probably going to piss off some people. I expect to see some dislikes. I expect to see some comments. Hey, it's all part of the game. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for being here and watching. I appreciate it.